The shorts messed up bad. They'd given us too much time to think and share ideas. We're not collaborating. They'd love to. They'd love to act like that's the case, but they messed up bad. They've given us more than enough time to pass the message on. Now, it's very important that you subscribe to me and or other people that are right on top of the MMTLP play. There's word of FINRA announcements coming out. There's word of trading being back in, that we're going to get our 2 days. And a lot of people are going to lose out. The reason why I say that is there's going to be a lot of people to panic sell. They're going to play games. They're going to make sure that that price goes a little up, a little down, a little all around. And when it starts going down, some of you are going to freak out and you're going to sell. The people that just are holding on to it, that don't want to bother with it and don't want to worry about it, a lot of people gave up hope and they're just letting it sit in their accounts. They're going to see a value or a price and they're going to sell quick. And you would think that this would screw the rest of us that have been educating ourselves on this particular investment. But I don't believe so. First of all, if it's open for 2 days and you're checking out the volume and trying to base upon when you're going to sell based on the first day's volume, keep in mind that the volume is going to show 2 for every short that covers, because there's a buy and there's a sell there. So if there's 300 million in volume, that probably means 150 million covered. Did I say that right, or did I say that the opposite way? Well, there's going to be double volume when you're dealing with a short squeeze. Well, it ain't even a short squeeze, a squeeze that's going to happen here. They have to produce and they have to get a certain amount of shares. First of all, anyone that's listening to any of the math that sells for under $100 is kind of a fool, because worst case scenario is they get all the shares they want. You fell asleep for 2 days and you wind up getting Nextbridge, which, if you paid any attention to that, they are chomping at the bit to sell. The whole Nextbridge was put in place to try to sell to one of the big oil refineries, or one of the big oil companies like Shell or BP or one of them, and it's the perfect timing for that too. The price of oil is up. There's a high demand for it. Usually when things are at a higher price, that's when your oil companies are actually buying companies. And rumor has it that, that there's numerous companies that are just sitting there waiting for something to happen, for the books to get rectified so that they can purchase this. A lot of companies aren't going to want to walk into this big mess until it's resolved. There's just too much going on. They want it to be resolved. They want to know they have 165 million shares that are out there. They want to know who the shareholders are. If Nextbridge needs to take a vote on something, they can do that because they know who the shareholders are. But with the chatter going on, and I know I've said this before, but I'm going to say it again, I think we're really, really close to the market being open. Keep in mind things like Yahoo Finance are like 15 minutes behind. The day, I'm going to drive you nuts if you're subscribing to me and you have all the notifications on. The day that this opens up, I'm going to be dropping a video probably, every few minutes. No, it ain't going to be that bad. But I am going to be, anytime I have something to say, I'm going to be dropping a video on this. Don't panic sell, especially if you've been being educated on this and you realize that, the first things first, if it doesn't, in that first day, if it doesn't go over 100, then you just, let them play their games, let them do whatever. The next day, if they want to wait to the last minute, which I think is foolish, if I was a short and I was caught up in this, they opened up, I would sell it as fast as I possibly could, cover my positions as fast as I possibly could, because that's probably going to be the cheapest they're going to get away with it. You know, which, in my opinion, that's what's probably going to happen. It's the minute the market opens up, everyone's going to try to, you know, the shorts know that we got them. They know the jig is up, and they're going to have to cover, and they're going to all try to cover as fast as they possibly can to get it as, you know, to buy those shares as cheap as possible to cover the short positions, and things are going to skyrocket real quick. Luckily, there's no such thing as like pre-market or aftermarket on this one. This is definitely a going to be happening live type event. I highly doubt with the amount of shares that are out there they're going to be able to resolve it in that first day. There's going to be too many numbers flying. You know, although it'd be amazing if they all covered in the first 5 minutes of the open, and then we all sold in the first 5 minutes of the open, and this next 5 minutes, and everything was over in 10 minutes. I highly doubt it, though. A lot of us think there's 1 billion naked shares out there. That's a lot of illegal counterfeit shares. And there's some saying more. As they're covering their positions, the price is going to rise. Now, I don't know what games they can play, but I've heard from numerous people that they have ways that they can make the price like open up at $5 and let it go up a few dollars and somehow lower it. But without them being able to short, which would be the whole point of opening, is they're not going to be allowed to short. It's going to be a sell-only position or a cover-only position. I don't see how they can play those games. So it's just some things I've been hearing on Twitter, which I'm not buying into any of that crap. But what I am buying into, because my own gut, based upon multitude of sources, not just other YouTube videos that I watch, which I watch them all. It's not just Twitter that I watch. It's not just every article that comes out on this I watch. It's not just my personal math that I do on all this. As a lot of you know, this is what I do. You know, outside of that, watch some SpaceX videos. This is what I'm paying attention to. This is why I put these videos out, because I know most of you are living your life and you don't have, you know, a lot of time to waste on sitting around waiting for this to happen and knowing the exact moment that you need to sell. So I'm here for entertainment purposes only. I am not a financial advisor. Although, even as a not financial advisor, if you got all your notifications on and you got your cell phone on you, and even though every now and then you're going to have to listen to a little rambly video like this, where I go on and on and on, you can usually tell within the first few minutes, you know, if it's going to be a rambly video. But there's a lot of good little bits of information you might get here and there. A lot of information has been being leaked lately, which is the reason why it's got me feeling like we're really close to the end game here. And you hit the notification button for everything that I got to say. Those videos that I'm rambling on or I'm singing like really bad karaoke or whatever, just skip right through them. You know, just next. Because I guarantee you, the first words out of my mouth on that all-important video you'll get. You know, you'll know it's the market is open, the market is open. I'll be freaking the hell out. And yes, even with everything that I know, it's going to be hard not to hit that sell button when you see something. You see some money on there. You know, even if it went to the, what was it, 1290 or whatever it was at the peak. I mean, you know, for me, as y'all know, I got 2,600 shares. I was like 32,000 I was looking at. Hey, that's a brand new car. You know, a lot of different brand new cars that you can choose from without having to worry about making a payment. That's something. Not exactly where I want to be at, because, you know, obviously at $100 a share, you know, we'd be doing a whole lot better. But that's the point of these videos. And I wish more people were doing more YouTube videos and you had more selection to pick from, to be honest with you. Even though my subscriptions are going out the ceiling, not the last very last video that I produced, because that was just for fun, and it was not talking much about business, so to speak. It was just some horrible karaoke. But the one before that, I mean, what was it? 26 subscribers. I got 26 new subscribers off of one video. I mean, that's freaking crazy. That's awesome, because that means the message is getting out to more and more people. You know, and yes, hashtag Occupy SEC23. We don't forget about that. And hit hashtag MMTLP if you need to look up some more information on this play. But I think we're coming to an end here. It's really important that you latch on to somebody at this particular point and pay attention to what they're saying, and make sure that you're kind of attached to somebody that you know that's going to get that video out there right off the bat when trading opens, and will help guide you through this. You know, and have a play, have your numbers in your head already, because when things open up, you know, a lot of us investors have a tendency to do stupid things. And believe me, I'll be the first one to let you know I sold way too soon. You know, I just screwed myself. Yeah, as I'm sitting there with a couple $100,000, I'm so screwed. I screwed myself. Don't be afraid to hit the sell if the number looks good. But there's a lot of you out there that 200,000 isn't going to make a difference to you. You know, unfortunately, it's sad. That should be life-changing amounts for everybody. But you know, inflation's gone up. A lot of people making a lot more money than I was making when I was working, and which is wonderful that you're making more money. It sucks that there's inflation, but knowing what you're doing, how you're doing it, when you're doing it, you know, you got a lot on your plate. Just let me be the guy to yell at you, hey, it's time for us to really take a look at this. The market's open. Yada, yada, yada. And give me a like, give me a subscribe. A like is good to pass the word on. We got 65,000 investors, and I only have just over 5,000 subscribers. That leaves almost 60,000 of you that ain't subscribing to me, and it's important that I get you guys, because, you know, I just want to be able to be the guy to say, hey, yo, let's go. All right. That's all I got for you right now. I'm paying attention. I think we're really getting close here. All right. Bye-bye.